Welcome to Candidly Creative. I'm Ilani.
And I'm Liza.
This is where we connect with people, their ideas, and passions through conversations.
We're from Creative, where we build emotional intelligence using our t-shirt design kit in a tech-based world.
Okay, so today we're just going to talk about what's been going on, and it has been going on, unfortunately.
It's going to sound really serious, so I guess I'm going to have to apologize if I sound a tad emotional with the topic, but here we are.
Yeah, and I think just be as well, like when we started Creati, I think 10 years ago, this was the same issue that happened, and I think part of our thought process was also to sort of build emotional intelligence and confidence in kids, so they will grow up
Confident.
and not negative towards other kids, right?
Yeah, we just celebrated our 10th anniversary at Creati, and what's upsetting is that the problem still persists 10 years
And
down the line in 2025.
and nothing much has changed. And of course, we are talking about the whole bullying issue. And today, what's the date today? Today is
September 12th, I believe.
9. It's 9/11.
Okay, yeah.
And there was also an article that was in the newspaper today that stated that Malaysia is ranked fourth in the bullying ranking prevalence.
The fourth highest ranking of bullying cases.
For form 2, I think, like form 2,
eighth grade, right up until graduate.
I think mostly 8th grade.
Okay.
Just that age bracket. So the study comes from Boston.
It's under TIMSS, science. TIMSS,
which stands for, let me see, it comes from the data from 2023 Trends in International Mathematics and Science Study, which is TIMSS, out of
Boston College
School of Education. Yeah, right. So I guess that's pretty high. Like ranking fourth in the world is still is high. The top place is like South Africa, second being Morocco, and third Brazil. So I guess even in Southeast Asia, that means we are
still the highest.
We're the highest.
There has been a rise of cases in Malaysia. Now people are still talking about it now. Just a couple of weeks ago, months ago, more cases of bullying came up. Zara, Izul, and the death of the cadet was also brought back to light. The press is still talking about it till this day. And like Lisa said, we were just having concerns about, 10 years later, we're still talking about it.
Yeah, why is it still, within our culture, the school's culture, that this still exists? I can't really remember which case we were talking about. It was a similar thing, we got the media talking about it, society talking about it, and we move on with life. Things maybe seem calm down or whatever, and then another round of event takes place. So I don't know, why has not society sort of like, and it has gotten worse, and I think also because of social media, and I think the pressure that kids receive now is different, probably than more enhanced than 10 years ago, maybe with social media. And I don't know, maybe we just don't know the ways to deal. I think even adults, right? The whole cyberbullying thing, that's a new thing as well. Like people just say whatever they want to say very freely, without any
I guess, yeah.
sensitivity to how the other people is feeling, right?
Yeah, Lisa's probably talking about kids of adult keyboard warriors
Yeah,
being
yeah.
watched by
Mhm.
their young kids.
I mean, kids follow,
The leads of the
the leads of the
adults.
adults most of the time, and whatever it is on the internet is free for all. So I wonder if that does not also play part in the psyche, of the kids. Seeing how adults sometimes responds, to a post, which can be like super brutal, because like everybody has an opinion about everything, and we don't and I think we do have a problem of not being able to agree to disagree on any opinion, right? Like everybody wants to say that the opinion is right, is the only reasoning that is. Like we don't come from a society which value different perspective and opinion, and we put it down in writing. And this is the model that we give children, and it gives them the, I guess, the feeling that they can do that as well. So, and a lot of it goes back to just not having, emotionally equipped to handle a situation, right? You're not equipped to handle how you feel.
Human issues need human solutions. I think that's the key phrase. If we forget how to be human,
Mm.
we won't be able to communicate
True.
and
Mm-hmm.
talk to each other.
Right.
Um,
And it also goes back to the fact that communication, between,
adults.
within family itself, right? Because technology has come such a long way in the last 10 years. It's like amazing. But also
The
the
dependency.
dependency on that. I mean, when we first started creating, like that was the beginning, that when we saw like, oh, okay, like a lot of kids were spending time with the electronics, which is fine, to a certain extent, with guidance and things like that. But I think as the years
Went
went
on.
on, the our um, what's the word? Our dependency on technology has been more, obvious, very
Prevalent.
prevalent,
And deeper.
and deeper. I think we can't. I think even now, like most people can't get away. Like maybe with Chat GPT, say, right? Like that's life with the adult, and the kids are always with their gadget, either playing games or watching something on YouTube, and it's always um, in their hands. So there's nothing wrong with all these things, but I think it needs to be monitored. And I think we are sort of like seeing the effect of like having a generation which are like totally dependent on gadget now, like interaction, how especially communication with each other and with their parents as well. And I think it's nothing new. When we go to like restaurant or anywhere, right? Like you'll see a family sitting together, but everybody is like literally uh, spending time on their phone. We've seen kids like the tablets, like each of the children would have their own iPad. So where is the communication, so
Right. I mean, the frustrating thing for my own personal thought is that, okay, you have adults and kids supposed to have dinner and a meal together, but even as the child is being fed, the parents are letting them watch um, a video, be on the gadget. So the child learns at a very young age to be dependent on on the gadget. And yes, they may say it makes their life easy. It is a, I'm going to just say this, is a cop's way out. They're using that as an easy way out to deal.
So I mean, yeah, it is difficult, but I think that's what it is. It just that is a time where those things
Are needed.
are needed, right? But maybe not all the time. I think what's been happening is like it becomes it's just 24/7. It's part of life, you know. So and I don't, maybe like, you know, there isn't that clear understanding that, you know, yes, you can see the child is like super smart, that they are on the phone, you know, all the time, like learning. Sure, they are learning something, but also learning in their own world, but not seeing what's happening just around them, right? That you eat in a restaurant, there's so much other learnings that you can teach a child.
And the one word that comes to mind as I'm hearing Lisa speak about it is communication.
Yeah, I think that's what we just want to stress. I think all that you know goes on, communication is like really really key in a child's development, in society in a whole, I think.
And also just understanding the person in your life, the
Mm-hmm.
child in your life, understanding what, who they are. Okay,
And I think when we talk about also the kids that does the bullying, right? And I think
right.
maybe this is a fact that maybe a lot of
It's not blaming them because they come from an emotional situation where they don't feel safe or taken care of.
so they act out. So you know, there's always, like I said, the two sides of everything, right? So what they did is not all right. Obviously bullying is not all right, but why does it happen? Can we stop the core of why it happens to stop the bullying? And we have to understand, because like they bully not because they are strong. Kids bully because they are very insecure about who they
They
are.
feel weak.
They feel weak, and of a way for them to show that they have
The power.
the power is to hurt another child. So it's not the fact that they are strong, or they are like confident, is that
Proud of-
proud. No, it's like actually they are just like looking for a way to make themselves feel better, and that's the expense of other children, unfortunately. So yeah, I think we just like to emphasize, like, it is really important to be to I think just be aware of, like, be intentional, I think, in when you're talking to the kids around, like, you want to know, like, what's going on with them, not just sort of like, being present is just not be there. Your body is
Physically.
just there physically, right? Being present is just not being there. You have to sort of like engage, because with engagement you find out what's going on with their life, and it's a body language as well. Like, you could ask a question like, "Oh, how are you?" and then you could just say, "Oh, I'm fine," or whatever, right? But, like, visually, maybe they're not. The hesitation in their voice may mean something else. So those are the things that you need to be present for.
Aware. At the end of the day, kids want to feel safe, heard, and
Yeah.
understood.
Right. Yeah.
And part of it comes from communication. And not just, okay, on that topic, I just like to touch on the mentality, because from the study that I've noticed, it's more from a culture that's developing, right? Okay, developing. So what comes out more often than not is the fact, the definition of success. Success has to be exhibited outwardly. Like, success is the means of what's material and what's academic. Not once have we heard about success being spoken as somebody dealing with their behavior and emotional
Capacity.
problems,
Yeah.
using their emotional capacity.
Right.
So,
So it's as much as it is the whole great thing, getting A's and all that. I think holistically, I think we also have to pay attention to that as well.
it's
Right?
in the mindset.
It's a mindset, and I think mindset of the kids and also the parents. I think, literally, we I don't say we train bullies, but I think we
You,
no, I mean, in a way, it is our fault as an adults, right?
yeah,
It becomes, we are the one
that has to bear
responsible.
the responsibility,
We are responsible for
their
their
behavior in a way.
behavior. And I think most of the time people do pinpoint it to the kids as well, but I think adults have to take responsibility.
Okay, talking on the topic of responsibility, I also noticed only 5% of the adults that was
In the study,
researched in the study,
it was a headmaster.
the head the principal,
Mhm.
the headmaster's
Yep.
principal, only 5% of them admitted to seeing issues,
Right, and
admitting the problem.
Right.
So denial here is also a big factor.
Yeah. So yeah.
Denial. So we have to stop denying.
Right.
Stop denying and take responsibility, accountability. I guess, as cliche as the word might be, is take accountability for behaviors and actions.
True. So yeah, so I guess we just wanted to touch a little bit on that,
Right.
and I think I think let's just be a bit more
Aware
I think let's
of
pay
our
more
mindset.
for pay more attention, I think, to each other, to the kids, to even our friends or whatever. It's like we need to sort of like have that communication, not just like be in our own little bubble, our own little world. Like, yeah, I mean, it's true. Like we hear all this news. Okay, fine, everybody is just being aware of it. Like, but what is our responsibility? We don't change. Like, what we can do, the small steps, is just to do that with our own family, right? Like, be a bit more attentive to our own set of families, so that, and teach all these values to our kids, so they understand, like, these are not the things that you should do to another person, and grow up with more empathy, emotional intelligence, so they know how to regulate their feelings, and create a society that's more balanced, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
If you're challenged with your ideas, you have to keep fighting. You just say your thoughts and ideas and practice them. I know not everybody is going to hear you out, but somehow, somewhere, somebody is going to hear you.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's our little take on
that's our little take on it. Thank
Yep.
you for tuning in and listening. Till next time from Candidly Creative.
Take care. Bye.
Take care. Bye.